So this is the isolation of a active component from a drug mixture. We're going to start with the setup we have today. Here I have massed out about 15 grams of drug mixture. Over here we have a hot plate with some distilled water that I've got heating up. Normally we do this with a Bunsen burner, but the gas has been shut off here due to the earthquakes. Um, so yeah, the idea here is that we want to get all of this to dissolve in as little water as possible. So to get that started, what we want to do is add about 20 milliliters of distilled water. We may have to add this in portions because you see it will start to foam. But we're probably okay to just add the whole thing. So we're going to let that finish foaming. And once it's done fizzing, we'll come back and start to dissolve everything into solution. All right, so the fizzing started to go down a bit here. So I've gone ahead and turned on the heating, and I'm going to add a couple boiling chips. Basically, all these do is keep the solution from bumping. What it means to bump is if you have a solution that's heating and you have like some really clean glass, what can happen is the solution can get super heated and it'll be hotter than its actual boiling point, but because there's no place for bubbles to form, uh, it won't boil. So, and then what will happen is you'll bump it, you'll like maybe go to work with it and disturb the liquid enough to form a bubble, and then all of a sudden a bunch of bubbles form all around that, and your solution will shoot out of your vessel and give you a big mess. So the boiling chip just gives it a place to form bubbles so we don't have that issue. So we will keep heating this, and I'm going to swirl it periodically here. All right. You can see there's quite a bit of stuff floating on the top there. We're probably ready to start adding some of this hot water to it. So I'm going to use a pair of beaker tongs. Grab my beaker with boiling water. Oop. Of course, I'm going to spill because this is harder to handle, but I'm going to add just a bit here. Looks like that's probably about 40 milliliters, 20 to 40 milliliters, somewhere around there. Now it's probably going to take us between, oh, I'd say probably like 80, well, probably actually closer to 100 to 120 milliliters to get everything to dissolve here. But heating is key. We need this to be nice and hot because the solubility of some of our components goes up drastically as we approach boiling. So I'm going to add some more water. Looks like we're at about 100 mil. Well, just around 75 mils actually. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some more tongs for this guy too, because it's getting pretty hot. So we're actually getting pretty close here. It's really important at this stage that we take notes of whether or not we can see kind of oil slicks on top here. Also, we want to knock off anything on the sides here. So to do that, I'm going to grab just a distilled water wash bottle and just rinse the sides down. That looks okay. Just get this side here. We're also starting to boil a little more vigorously than I'd like. So I'm just going to examine this. And it looks like it's probably okay. We've probably dissolved everything. I don't see any like oil slick in there. So what we're going to do now is take this off of heat and let it start to, oh no, there's still some stuff at the bottom. So we'll actually heat this for just a minute more, get a little bit more liquid in here. But we are going to go ahead and pull it off of heat.